So guys, I'm getting on the Roadmaster, and Josh is going to take me through the controls. Yeah. Because this feels like I'm getting on a Boeing 737. I feel like it's got a lot of toys to play with, hasn't it? Yeah. Right, come on in, let's see it. So, ooh, Indian. Do you think the guys at Harley, do you think they're going to stone me?
Probably.
Yeah, I think so as well, yeah. Cool.
So yeah, I mean, on the left side, I'll go sort of left to right.
Yeah.
Obviously you got the standard horn. I don't need to push that.
So
oh,
that's a loud horn, that's pretty good.
Not bad. You got your full beam.
Full beam.
And your normal running lights with the dipped.
And those are LED lights, aren't they? Yeah.
All LED, and you can obviously flick that like that. If
you
want to flash something.
Cool.
Indicators.
Yeah.
Left. Right for right. In for off. They're not like the Harleys where on each side.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Remember that. And also, if you hold it down, just like the Scout.
Hazards.
That's a nice feature they've done. They've made the switch gears quite relative to the other models. So you know that last year was its own button. So they've cleaned up the switch gears a lot this year, which makes everything a little bit more simple. And if you are transitioning from like a Scout to a bigger bike like the Roadmaster, the options feel like home. They feel relatively similar, you know.
Great.
Quite nice.
That's good.
Again, another feature is the radio.
Yeah.
So instead of having a massive sort of control panel here like last time,
which they did last year, yeah.
Relatively simple. It's just literally you press it in to mute and unmute this, and you can literally turn it up and turn it down and listen to whatever you want, really. Obviously.
Opera. Opera, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
This can zoom in and out on your actual ride command when you're doing the sat nav and things like that.
So that'll zoom in as in.
Yeah. So it's just in case your hands are free or you're riding and you want to quick check something or change something. It's just nice and easy to do.
Okay.
That's pretty much your left side. You've also got a trigger here on here behind it.
So that flicks through the menu screen then.
Right, yeah, bang on.
Let's have a look, guys. You can see it. And I think the other key thing we need to point out is that you can. This is touchscreen, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you can.
Completely touchscreen, like you just swap the old things there. And
that's brilliant.
You can, like I said, with this one, you could literally, on the last panel.
Great.
Yeah, literally do that in your gloves, all sorts. And it also has with the sat nav your 2-finger pinch, so you can zoom in and out, just like your iPhones and things like that, which is nice and easy to use.
Great.
Yeah, on the right side, pretty much you've got your integrated
engine stop start.
Yeah, literally. So it's also your integrated kill switch.
Yeah.
And literally, you can start the bike with that and also flick it off.
Right.
Nice and easy. The thing is, they've just put less buttons on it to make it less complicated, which is end of the day.
That's what you want.
Literally, you've got your cruise control with your settings, all bit like it's just nice and integrated. And then finally, your snazzy.
This is what I like, guys. This snaz. Look at this. Pimp my Indian. Awesome. So you can put your phone in there, and then you've got the iPod and iPhone charging point there.
Whip out quickly, so you get your extra battery as well.
Great.
And then literally just here, you get a USB slot, which you can chuck your own iPhone or whatever phone you've got charger in there. Put your phone in there. Bluetooth or through the phone, and then play your own tune.
So in the tank, Josh, we got 20.8 litres. Fantastic. So it's a good bit of range then for a tourer.
Yep. Oh, I forgot to mention as well with the central locking and things like that. You can lock and unlock the panniers.
Which we'll have a look at.
Yeah, exactly right. And also this is where your heated grips section is, which when the bike's on. But yeah, this is your heated grip section, so you can all go to some toasty settings.
Number 10. Gee, that'll be good in the UK, isn't it? Yeah. Not today though. No. Not today. Let's have a look at the panniers. That's nice. The quality's so good though. That's all.
You can get your mirrors here as well
as optional extras. Yeah.
Optional extra mirrors, but yeah, that's all integrated stock.
It's great.
And then same.
Solid.
You put it back there.
So what's the capacity of the?
It's about 37 gallons.
37 gallons. I do like the way it all locks up though, like central. You called it the central lock-in style, and then we've got the other panniers here on the left. They're actually really easy as well, aren't they? Yes. Feels good quality, good waterproofing. Yep. Always essential in the UK.
Oh, too right.
The other thing that we were talking about as well is for passengers. We've got the speakers here.
Yep.
Now it's quite a sick set of speakers on this, isn't it? It's really loud. Then we've got the passenger foot pegs.
They're adjustable.
They're adjustable. So how do they adjust then?
So literally you can adjust it through the actual settings here. You see there's some bolts you can change.
Oh right, so they're adjustable on the actual mounts then, yeah? So it just goes up and down, that's the key thing, yeah? So you've got a couple of points there, okay.
Nice and easy. And also while we're down here,
yeah,
the heated seats.
Oh, nice.
So you've got the driver and the passenger here.
So you've got driver and passenger heated seats.
Down. So depending on how toasty you want it,
yeah,
you have them sort of a low setting or a high setting, or middle is off.
Fantastic. Engine now is a big change, isn't it? So it's the 111, which same as last year.
Right.
Key difference is
it's now 150 newton meters of torque instead of 120.
So,
it's a massive.
And it's the same engine.
Yeah. It also has other things, like it runs cooler as well, and also it sounds louder through stock with a nice sort of deeper burble to it.
And I think we need to do a bit of a demo on this vlog, just the difference with the sound, which would be interesting. So what we're going to do now, and I think this is a really good comparison, so the 2017 and 2018, same engines in terms of size, but they've tweaked it and made it sound different.
Yeah.
So I think we should start with the 2017, get that up, firing up, and then we'll do a comparison against this for the guys. So here we go, guys. So this is the 2017 Indian Chieftain Dark Horse, 111 engine, as we said, but obviously there's going to be a difference, power and sound. So Josh, you go for it, mate. You start up and the guys can hear it. So that sounds really stocky, isn't it? For the viewers, can you give them a bit of a brap brap? Okay guys, now what we'll do is jump over to the 2018. It's nice having an assistant actually today, Josh. Fine job you're doing, sir. Now guys, I know I'm right by the engine. This sounds beefier, deeper, less stockish. It's really nice. Can you give it a brap for the guys? It's different. That is, I just cannot believe that it sounds so different. It got 20% more power and it's the same engine. Well done, Indian Motorcycle, that's all I can say on that. Guys, that is just a quick whip round of the features of the bike. I'm going to get out on the road. It's really hot today, mate.
It is, isn't it?
I'm going to work out a test route. The last time I did this with Josh, I took the Scott Bobber out, and the Scout Bobber, and I ended up, God knows where, not knowing where I was. So we're going to go out, we're going to test its manoeuvrability. Because it's a tourer, we need to get it on the motorway somewhere. Got to stay away from Gatwick Airport, because it's all blocked up. But yeah, I'm going to give you guys some verbal feedback, and I'll always mention this, make sure you come and visit the guys here, Indian Motorcycle at Redhill. Really cool guys, not just Indian Motorcycles, you've got the Nortons here, mate, are sweet, the British motorbike. So yeah, give them a call. I'll put all their details, Josh's details, in my description box below. Wicked, nice one, Josh. Cheers, buddy. So here we go, guys, let's get on with this test review. As with all my test reviews, guys, I need to make this really clear. I'm not a motorbike expert, I'm just a dude who loves riding cruisers, and I'm jumping on this and I'm giving you all some verbal feedback. Obviously it's my opinion, but I'd always emphasise, make sure you go to your local dealerships and try them out for yourselves to see what you feel about the bike. The one thing I was going to say, there is lots of compartment storage here, so I can put my phone in there, as Josh said earlier, but I've also got more storage down here. Look, this bike is so new. The wrapping's still on it, but it feels an absolute beast. You know, the weight of this thing is around 400 kilos, a bit over that. But guys, do you know what? Once you're on it, it feels okay. You know, I've only been on a couple of tourers. I ride that. That's my Lowrider S, in case you're new to my channel. Let's rock and roll. So setting off, clutch feels good. Got my feet up, woo! It's always the first couple of seconds of those moments you go, oh, gotta get used to it. So as I mentioned, we're just going to do a simple route, and I'm just going to try and understand how good this bike is in certain aspects of manoeuvrability, acceleration, speed, and obviously its main USP, which is around touring, so that'll be on the motorways. But you know, first impressions, I do feel like I'm sitting on a cloud here. Straight away, what I love about Indian Motorcycle is that just the build quality is just so solid. And obviously with the 111 engine, you know, supposedly you've got some good amount of power here. I think one of the things you just need to have with these touring bikes is, you know, clearly you've got a lot of weight and you're going to carry a passenger and you're going to carry, you know, I'm going to use the term luggage or whatever in your panniers, and you just want to have a really good torquey bike just to make sure that, especially when you're on the motorways, you're overtaking comfortably and safely then. At the moment with the positioning, I've got my windshield all the way down because I don't feel I need it up at the moment. But I feel that aspect of it, you know, electric windshield is a really nice touch. And from a personal point of view, I've only recognised those benefits since I've moved from a naked bike, if you like, in terms of a Sportster, through to the Dyna with, you know, with a full Memphis shade windscreen on. And for me, I don't think I could go back. Taking the right bend, it feels, it's just silky smooth. It's just a lovely bike, and it's a lump, guys. This is a big motor. But again, you just want to make sure that when you're on those tours, you want to have something that is, you know, that's got decent manoeuvrability. So I can see the motorway on the left-hand side. Some of the things that I look for in a good tourer is vibration. Obviously, over longer distances, longer amounts of vibration is going to cause fatigue, and it's not going to be very comfortable. But straight away with this, you know, cruising around, well, now I'm up to 40. I can't really feel much through the handlebars at all. It'd be interesting to see when you're up to 60 how that feels, but at the moment it's just great. As we're picking up the pace now, going to a 50, just going to raise my windshield, take off that buffering, and that is different. So at 50, just on 50 with the windshield fully extended, I'm 5'9", and I can't feel anything on my helmet, and that is very comfortable. The one thing I would say, and bearing in mind, guys, I've just been going around the 50 miles an hour mark at the moment, the brakes are okay. I would say I'd like to have them at this point of the review or the first ride experience a little bit sharper, to be fair. So I am applying quite a bit of back brake as well, just to compensate what I feel would be decent braking for this bike. Well, hey, now we've found the motorway, so I'm just on the M23. Speed limit along here is 60 miles an hour, and what I love is the displays in front of me. So it's giving me all my average miles per gallon, average speed, time that I've been on the bike, fuel range. It's pretty windy at the moment, guys, but that windshield buffering is really helping me. What's up, bro? See, that's all, like, everyone's giving it the hello today. It's because of that good weather, you know. So let's move over to the right hand side. Got cars coming over. It's got great visibility. The mirrors are in a great position. I do like the chrome actually on the mirrors. I think they match the bike. Whoa! Can see him coming over. Good eyes. So I'm currently in 6th gear. Again, cruising at 70. One of the things I mentioned earlier, just look for vibrations, especially the tours, the long distance. You want to keep that to a minimum. And again at 70, which is the speed limit for the UK roads. It's really good. I really like this. One of the things I can't get over is just, and I need to get on a 2017 model to be fair, but the difference in power and the actual sound of the bike versus the 2017, it's just bonkers. So what I want to do is just a little bit of overtaking, just want to feel the power. So brake check, all good. Let's open her up, 4th gear, take my indicator off. Feels good. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not a huge amount of torque coming through, but it is comfortable for the motorway environment. And speaking of comfortable, this seat is unreal. So just going around the main Gatwick roundabout, which is quite a big one. It's a big one. And manoeuvrability wise, this thing feels solid. I think the one thing that always impresses me about these Tourers is that their look and what you think from how they would handle based on their look versus the actual practical element is very different. I think from my perspective, they're pretty nimble machines. Had a good taste of the motorway environment, so what I want to do is go more into an urban environment, and let's just see how this thing handles. So I did say we'd be back in an urban environment, but we're still on motorway, guys. However, we're on a decent bit of stretch here. Motorway rules apply, so what I thought I'd do is just see what it's like with a bit of gun. So I'm just going to drop back a little bit. I've got nothing behind me, so I'm not causing any traffic issues at all. drop it down, just going into 40, still checking the rear view mirrors, nothing there. Going into second, 3, 2, 1, let's open her up. Interesting. So what did I feel? I think for me, same with the Scout Bobber actually, the power is better at the top end of the range for the Indian motorcycles. I really feel that's where it really gets buzzing along. At the lower end, it's a little bit just slower. Does it look alright? Looks alright? Always good to get other people's opinions, guys. Yeah, I say that with a bit of tongue-in-cheek. Just do what you want to do. Get what you want to get. It's your opinion that counts at the end of the day. Yeah, so pulling off, you've got to give it a little bit of gas. The clutch bites very much later on, so just got to bear that in mind as well. But sitting at the traffic lights, it's I think it's around 25 degrees today. Not much heat kicking off from the engine, which is good. And that's something that you've got to factor in mind if you're based in the US and you're in one of those, and I'm very jealous when I'm saying this, one of those hot environments all year round, then that is going to be quite a big factor you've got to bear in mind. You're not boiling your leg off. Looks good? Looks good? There's 2 thumbs up on the roundabout. This thing must be sick. This is what I'd class, guys, as your typical urban environment. So there's going to be a lot of stop starting, as you can see already. Things I'm looking out for is how the brakes handle, how it feels in terms of the clutch. Hopefully it's forgiving, and already, you know, I can feel that it's good. On my Lowrider S, it does feel that I'm doing a bit of a gym session. So we're just going to change lanes. Got the indicators on. Now we're safe to do so. Beautiful. I mean, this thing is just so nice to handle. It's you know, it just feels light. So I've been riding around probably this urban environment for about 10 minutes, and I can feel the engine is definitely getting warmer on the legs, but it's completely manageable. But I guess in hotter environments that would be quite interesting to understand how that heat would affect you. So what the areas do I think this bike can improve on? Well, for me, same with a lot of the cruiser market, guys, it is definitely the brakes. You know, I think a lot of these bikes now should have an upgraded braking system. Just in terms of going to a Brembo, something along those lines, you know, that is going to really help a big cruiser like this. The brakes are sufficient, but for me, oh, do you know what? If I had a bit more money, that would be the first thing I'd be changing on this bike, rather than the next improvement I think this bike needs. And that next improvement would be, it absolutely would be the power aspect of this bike, and simply putting a stage 1 exhaust on it is going to give you that little bit more brake horsepower. So those are the 2 things that I would change on the bike. As always, leave your comments in the comment section below. Let me know if you've got this bike, and if you have, what have you done to it to make it better, or have you just kept it stock because that's what you feel, you know, it's good enough for. But as I take this right manoeuvre without getting knocked over, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you as always for watching. Please ensure you give this a thumbs up. But as always, take care, all the best. Motonewbrider. Aside from my soul.